Ones to watch cards are rising. Here's the investments that you guys need to get in on. Road to the Knockouts is coming this Friday, so be ready for that. And Erling Haaland, he scores a lot of goals, so we've got to talk about that too. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. Before we get started, guys, let's shoot for 420 likes on today's video, so don't forget to drop a like on the video if you've been enjoying the FIFA 23 content, the trading tips, the squad building challenge guides. Without further ado, let's hop into today's video, which is going to mainly focus on road to the knockout stage. Now, I'm going to show you guys my investments here, which I went in on a lot of the exact same ones to watch card. Erling Haaland was unfortunately not the card I picked up, and if you bought Erling Haaland before his hat trick against Manchester United, well, you're probably making a lot of coins. Now, I don't normally hold any ones to watch cards throughout an entire game. In fact, I normally sell before the game starts. Now, for this Darwin Nunez card, I picked him up at 73,000 coins, and I got him for 73.5 or 73,000 for all 9 cards. So all 9 of these guys, same price essentially. And I got him not at his lowest point, but I figured it was still pretty low, especially given the fact that he's about to play a Champions League match against Rangers at home, and I thought 73,000 was probably a little bit too low. So as he's risen into the night, now he's up to 83,000 coins, which after tax, we're making about 6K profit per card. So times that by the 9 that we already have, and we're getting close to about 50,000 coin profit in that range. Now, every single 1,000 coins that he does rise, that's another 9K in my bank, and I think I can get 85 or 86K tonight. But the reason I'm not going to hold for the Champions League game is, one, I don't want to risk Darwin Nunez having a bad game and crashing down in price. But on top of that, ones to watch cards aren't even upgraded based on Champions League performances. Not to say that they can't get an upgrade from Champions League performances. You could, in theory, get a man of the match card, and by the end of the group stage, there'll be a team of the group stage team that will also contribute to ones to watch cards, because those are performance-based card upgrades as the individual, so those will go to ones to watch, but most of it is just because people don't know that. Most of the rise in price for these ones to watch cards goes because of just straight up hype and vibes. There's no logic behind it whatsoever. So you buy these cards at their low points after they've gone and had a bad game. Maybe they're not going to get an inform from it. So you buy those ones to watch cards, and then afterwards you just sell before they even announce the lineups for the teams. Unless you know they're going to start, then you can sell it right at about kickoff. But I don't even know if Nunez is going to start for Liverpool today. I would think he would, but because Liverpool have so many options and Roberto Firmino just scored a brace, they could go with Jota, they could go with Firmino, they could go with Nunez up top. I don't even know if he's going to start, but you can see he has risen 10,000 coins because of it and should rise a little bit more into the night. So I'm just going to sell him overnight, and then tomorrow after the game, he should be back down in price a little bit unless he goes off and has a crazy good game, in which maybe people will start picking up those Darwin Nunez cards. And that goes for all ones to watch. I'm just using Darwin Nunez as the example because I've already got quite a few of him. Now, when we look at Erling Haaland, a card that is continually going up in price and he's continually scoring goals, this is a very weird situation for his gold card because Erling Haaland is not even on the market, and when he is, it's not for very long. As you can see, the only one on the market right now is his ones to watch card. If you set that max price at $1 million, you're not seeing anything. No Erling Haaland gold cards are on the market anymore. And that's because he's got no supply, and he's one of the best cards in the game. Everybody wants him in their team, but he hasn't been supplied in packs since last Friday when ones to watch went into packs. And that ones to watch obviously is a hot commodity because he scored a hat trick and is almost inevitably going to get a team of the week unless they only give the team of the week to Phil Foden, which, to be honest, probably wouldn't make much sense. I would say that they could give it to just both of them. I don't think anybody would argue that, but Erling Haaland's got to get into Team of the Week, which means that this ones to watch card is going to get upgraded on Wednesday. Then he's going to get a Team of the Week. And then on top of that, Team of the Week card, he's going to be out of packs until next Wednesday, which means that he's out of packs for almost 2 weeks straight at the beginning of the game. This regular gold card it has no supply. It has absolutely no supply on the market. So with that gold card, you're not going to be seeing it supplied, which means that it can only go up. It really can only go up. So getting that as an extinct card, it's not much of a risk. Sure, there might be a little bit of supply after that card does get the price range update and people that invested start listing on the market a lot. But realistically, that card really cannot drop until at least next Wednesday. And by then, maybe he'll score another hat trick and get another upgrade somewhere else. So it's pretty crazy with this Erling Haaland already. We are seeing something we've never really seen before, which is a card that's out of packs for this long, this quickly in the game. Now, Road to the Knockouts is coming on Friday. That's the next promotion in FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. And with Road to the Knockouts, everybody's asking me, Elite, is there going to be a big market crash with the Road to the Knockouts release? And what I'm telling you guys, for the most part, is no, there won't be a huge market crash. The market is pretty stable right now because we haven't even reached that first weekend league. As we get closer to that, more people are going to spend whatever they can to get a good team into the first weekend league, because there's nothing more aggravating than going up against better teams than you in the first weekend league or the first couple of weekend leagues. Çalhanoğlu, pretty good pull there. So people are going to be willing to spend whatever they can to get a great team before that weekend league. So I think that any meta investment is generally pretty safe right now, even the low rateds for most of them. I know I normally say stay away from some of the low rated cards, and I did at the very beginning of the year when everybody was opening their packs. But right now, even low-rated metas will be bought before that first weekend league and as we get closer to it. So there's really not much risk in holding on to some meta cards and getting those into your club, getting them into your team, or just throwing them on your transfer list. You are probably going to make some coins. The only thing that I must say with that is, if you are going to buy these cards, if you're using them in the weekend league, I'm expecting them to drop at the end of the weekend league. One, people are going to sell off. They're going to sell their teams. They used them. They got what they needed. They played their weekend league games and they sell them off. Two, weekend league rewards are pretty hefty. So they're going to take a hit from those rewards. Now, it may balance out after a day or two because of the buying power. More people having more coins means more people are able to spend those coins on these cards, which causes the market to inevitably go up. But that's also counteracted by the fact that there's going to be a new promo pretty much every single Friday. New promos mean new cards, new alternatives, and all of a sudden, the cards that you have are getting a little bit outdated. So that is going to come sooner and sooner every year. Last year, it came sooner than we'd ever seen it before because every single promo, it adds these new cards, and there's really no stop to these promos right now. A few years ago, back in like FIFA 17, when that game dropped, you had ones to watch. And then you didn't really have anything for a little while. And then you had Black Friday. And then you had a little bit of a break. And then you had Futmas. But then it was December. And then you had Team of the Year. And that's just 4 promos. And they sprinkled in some kind of crappier ones like Movember and stuff like that. But those weren't really replacing the meta in the game. The difference now is every single new promo is an improvement on that last card. It's an improvement on that last promo in terms of stats, in terms of meta. And so there's always new replacements. So the gold rares that might be working right now, a month from now, are just going to be outdated. So sooner rather than later, in comparison to previous years, these cards will actually start to get filtered out of the meta. So we've got some good news. The Darwin Nunez card that we had predicted would go up a little bit higher has. He's up to 88,000 coins now, which is absolutely awesome because our target was like 86,000 coins, which means that we're already above that. And so I can go ahead and start listing these cards, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of these actually sold. Well, I was going to say before the end of the clip, but it looks like it sold right now, and we're starting to make our profit, which is over 10K per card, so you can round up, say we made about 100,000 coins on this investment, which only took a couple of hours, so I'd say that's pretty successful. But these ones to watch cards, we've seen how they get upgraded. You know, you've got your informs, you got your man of the match, right? But you also have if they win a World Cup game. So Uruguay win a World Cup game, he gets an upgrade. Whether he plays or not in that game, he gets an upgrade. If Liverpool win 3 of their next 8 matches, well, 7 now because they drew Brighton this weekend, then he gets another upgrade. So they spice it up with a couple of different upgrades. For road to the knockouts or road to the final, whatever they end up calling it officially, it's the same thing. So these road to the final cards, which are already in the database right here, you can see it's called road to the final. I'm not sure if they're going to add road to the knockout. They have in previous years, but maybe they're just going to do one road to the final card, which I think is better. I would rather just do one road to the final for Europa and Champions League, and they might even do one for Europa Conference League, which is like a green card. You probably saw it in the thumbnail, which we've seen in previous years. But they always spice it up with something else. It's not just make it to the knockout stage and get an upgrade. They always do something else in the group stage. Last year in FIFA 22, what they did was they added a feature where if they won 3 of their next 4 group game matches, then they'd get another upgrade. So an 86 could go to 2 upgrades and get all the way to 88 just from getting out of the group if they won 3 of the 4 matches and got out of the group into the knockout stage. Now, if you start with one of these road to the final Champions League cards and they get grouped but go to Europa League, what I've seen in the past is they'll switch to the Europa League card, but they won't get the upgrade for getting out of the group because that doesn't count as getting to the knockout stage, technically, going to the Europa League knockout stage. So they don't give you an upgrade for that, but they do sometimes change it to where it actually can continue to get upgrades as we move forward. So guys, if you've made it this far in the video, I just want you guys to comment the color orange in the chat. Maybe disguise it a little bit. Maybe say the Europa League final card has a nice orange design. Something like that. Maybe not the exact same thing, but disguise it so nobody else picks up on it. But I want to see who my true OG dedicated viewers are making it to the end or close to the end of the videos. Comment that down below. Just the word orange. Disguise it somewhere in your comments. So as I said, 3 of 4 matches last year got you another upgrade, which isn't terribly easy because if you draw 2 matches and win 2 matches, that still doesn't count as 3 of 4 wins, which is kind of tough to get, right? But they always do something to spice it up. This year, however, we've already seen, well, as of today, there will be a lot of teams that have already played 3 matches, and by tomorrow, even more. So we're probably not going to see the same requirement because that wouldn't make any sense. They might do 2 of 3 next group game matches, which would make it slightly easier. Or they'll just do something completely different like they did with ones to watch this year. But make sure to keep an eye on what that is and understand it early, and that'll help us with who we decide to pick up early. Because if you take a look at the ones to watch cards and you think, okay, if I would have invested in this card earlier, or if I would have invested in this card, if I would have thought about this earlier, maybe we could have made more coins. And we're already saying that with the Erling Haaland. I think everybody wishes they bought an Erling Haaland. But I think for a lot of these ones to watch cards, you're going to be saying the same thing here in a couple of weeks. You're going to be like, why didn't I buy Darwin Nunez and throw him in my team? He's now double the price. Well, it's because these obvious upgrades are coming and people are just saying, okay, they're too far away. It's too long of an investment. I don't think it is. I know that I'm continuously picking up flipping these cards because I don't want to invest that long for a single card unless it's in my team. But what I do know is I'm not going to be waiting until it gets the week of where Liverpool is about to win their 3rd game and he's going to get an upgrade to 84 rated, and I know very well that he's going to be much more expensive than 80,000 coins come that time. So it's definitely good to get in early, especially if you have the coinage. You'll see me flipping these cards and keeping an eye on it, but when it comes to this card being 150,000 coins here in about 2 months time, you know I'm going to be making way more profit than what you're seeing just in this picture right here. So that's what I'll leave you guys with today. Hopefully this helps you guys out with a little bit of OTW and road to the knockout trading. And if it did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I really do appreciate all the support, guys. Again, we're shooting for 420 likes on today's video. That's the goal, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.